Hi everyone, welcome to the Greatness Game. Another amazing week of health and joy and connectiveness and learning how to do life in new ways. Super present to all of the good, all of the bad, and staying in a place of gratefulness and joy. And tonight, actually, this is Holy Week. So happy Passover, happy Easter, happy Good Friday. Such a powerful week for us to be in right now. And I thought I would talk about something that I think is just, super positive and powerful right now. And that is the power of joy. And it's something that you have to be intentional with. Sometimes joy doesn't come naturally or easily. And so tonight's gonna not be long, but there was actually 3 or 4 topics that I wanted to talk about tonight, and I just couldn't get there. I just was like, what is it that I am present to that I want to talk about? And I was literally all over the place. I wanted 3 or 4 different topics. So I reached out to my dear friend Jody and I said, what should I talk about tonight? And joy was one of the 4 that I was considering. And so when she said joy, those just moments where you go, yep, it's joy. So what I want to tell you is the outing today was the grocery store. And very, very exciting because we actually went to a grocery store we've never been to. I figured out that sometimes just choosing a different store can be exciting. So we went to a grocery store we've never been to. And when you don't know the aisles and you don't know, all of a sudden we found ourselves lost very quickly because I usually know my grocery store inside and out. So it was kind of a joy, just like learning a new store and a new adventure and not knowing where the bread is. So in that, that I've been talking about Oreos, and what did I get? I got Oreos. So I have been craving them probably for 2 weeks now, and I just thought, today is the day I'm getting Oreos. So I got some Oreos. And hi, welcome in. Mwah. Welcome in. All the comments just started to come in. Hi, Emily. Hi, Jody. Hi, Tristan. Shannon. Hello. Hi. We had to take. Oh, I forgot Trolls is out. Yay! That's a great movie. We cannot wait to see it. We love Trolls. So, so today, a couple things. So the new store, that was the highlight of the day. One highlight, should I say. The other highlight is Fridays are always my client day. So I had 5 clients today, and I have to say, I am just moved to tears by how people are adjusting and pivoting and moving their business and their thoughts and their, their careers. I mean, I know a couple of people that have been laid off, but I am in the community of entrepreneurs. And so I know a lot of small to medium-sized business owners, and everyone is adjusting and pivoting and moving. And it's just such a joy to listen to people being innovative and creative and getting on these. I have been on probably 6 Zoom calls this week alone on big groups of entrepreneurs and leaders and thought leaders about, pivoting and innovation and how to mix things up. And it is just so powerful to see the human spirit be creative and use, just our skill sets and the collaboration. It just brings me joy. That it's just one of the things that I love when the human spirit overcomes. And there's a lot of that right now. So yes, Tristan went for a short hike. Oh, yeah, Tristan said, went for a short hike and got a boba, and it felt like a vacation. I know, like Fry's grocery store felt like a vacation today. You can hang out in the frozen section and just, pretend that you're like on a cool beach or something. You get very creative very, very quickly. So It's, what I love, obviously I don't love the negative of this, but there's so much joy if you're willing to see it. There's so much positivity and human spirit and overcoming and creativity and love and connection that we do not see enough of. So it's so powerful to see each other connect in great ways. So the grocery store and my Oreos was win of the day. My 5 sessions with my 5 of my coaching clients, there's just a few times that I was like just moved to tears of how people are serving and showing up in big ways for their community, their clients, their world. And it's just very moving. And so tonight I want to talk about the power of joy. And what I want to encourage you to have is a system for joy. I think we wait for joy to find us, or, it has to look like joy versus seeing the joy. So I want to read you something, and it's one of my favorite poems in the world. It literally transformed my life when I read this maybe 12 years ago. And I'm just going to read you a couple lines from it because it's pretty long, but it's called The Invitation. And while I'm reading this, I would love for you guys to write one thing that brought you joy today, because it brings me joy to read your comments and read the feedback and see how you guys are, moving forward in your love, in your community, in your creativity, and your joy. So write that, and I'm going to read you these lines. It's from the Invitation, and it's an amazing poem, which then she created into a book. So one of the lines, it says, I want to know if you can sit with pain, mine or your own, without moving it, hiding it, fading it, or fixing it. Isn't that it's just such a profound, I think around pain, we just want to move it and we want to fix it, right? Instead of just being with someone in their pain. And I think that is such a place of joy when we can just listen to someone, maybe someone is sick right now or out of work. The ability just to sit with someone and listen to their pain is such a gift and it's just such an example of bringing your joy to someone, because listening is a gift and it is so part of joy. And then it says, I want to know if you can be with joy, mine or your own, and if you can dance with wildness. And I love that line because, again, it's just like the pain. Like, can you be with joy, mine or your own? Can you be with someone else's pain without fixing or hiding it? Can you be with someone else's joy, right, without being jealous or envious? Can you encourage them and love them and cheerlead them on? And then the last line I want to say is, this is a really profound line. It says, I want to know if you can see beauty even when it's not pretty. And that line, I think, is just so relevant right now because there's so much of what's going on that is not pretty. But can you see the beauty? Can you see the helpers? Can you see the nurses? Can you see the industries that are stepping up, or the employees that are stepping up, or the friend that's stepping up, taking care of someone? And then that joy can spark your joy. And then your joy, you go out and spark someone else's joy. So I want to hear one thing from you guys, one thing that brought you joy or sparked your joy, or some kind of joy that you brought someone today. So I want to hear, I'm looking at these. Hi to joy. I want to read some of these. Baking. Speaking of baking, we went down the baking aisle in the grocery store today and nothing was left. We were looking for baking soda. There was none. I was looking for nuts. There was none. So that was unsuccessful today. I think a lot of people are baking right now. We made a huge batch of cookies, and I made, I have something called soul granola that is just to die for granola. And I made big jars of it and delivered it to my neighbors. And then I put them on the patio for my delivery guys and say, take one. And so that's, just a little way that we can spark joy in someone else. So always see the beauty, Nikki said. Yes, Sheila, talking with my grandchildren about their week. Oh, so sweet. I love it. So look up the rest of this poem, because I know it will spark joy for you guys. It is so profound, and everybody gets something different from this poem. So it's called The Invitation. Araya Mountain Climber is the poet's name. just write The Invitation Araya and it will come up. It's very, very famous. So let's get back to a system for joy. So do you have a system of joy where you can see beauty when it's not pretty? Maybe you're going through something right now. Something that one of the projects that I am committed to getting done in this time of quarantine is cleaning out my desktop. My desktop has exploded. And so one of the things is cleaning up all my files on my desktop. And I came across my daughter's videos when she was a little girl. I mean, literally like newborn to about 6 years old. And it just brought me so much joy to watch. I watched video after video after video. Oh my gosh, she was so cute. So, it was just a little part of joy in my day. And but when you're filled with joy, then you can go call someone else, do something else for someone else to spark their joy. Yes, to soul granola. No recipe. I will send you some though. It is to die for. It's amazing. Every time I give someone it, they say, you've got to sell this. Oh my gosh, it fills my soul. It is really, really yummy. So I love to make it, and it's just, you can have it on your desk and snack on it all day long. So yummy, yummy. Lots of joy in soul granola. So if, my business goes out of business, maybe I'll be making soul granola for my living. I don't know. But my system of joy is first and foremost getting grounded in my prayer. Every morning just brings me so much joy. My faith joy brings me a lot of joy. So that's definitely a system for joy. Spending time with my daughter is part of my system of joy. Doing things, I think I told you guys, one of our family values is fun. And definitely, I'm a scheduler of fun. So I schedule fun things on the weekends and barbecues. We do a lot of pool parties, vacations. I am the fun director, right? It brings me joy. I'll tell you the funny thing that brings me joy. My husband makes fun of me all the time about this, but I don't know if I should tell you. He'll make fun of me forever because it's just such a silly little thing. It brings me so much joy. It is tablescaping. Some people are like, what is that? But when I do events, when I do my 3-day retreats for women, when I do barbecues or birthdays, I love tablescaping. It's the silliest thing, but it brings me so much joy. And every time we have a party, my husband makes fun of me, he just shakes his head of all my different things for the table and the decorations and the decor. So it's really fun. Oh, good. Welcome, Elizabeth. Hi, Frankie. Who else came in? Some of these comments, I can't say, they go by so fast. So, system for joy, for you to get filled up and then you can spread it to others. So it's super, oh my gosh, you guys, it's so important to stay in your joy right now and what sparks your joy, right? Yes, Nikki. I'm so glad tablescaping brings you joy. Well, she's a chef, she has a good excuse. I'm a horrible cook. So anytime I have events, I hire people to do my food, but I can make it look amazing. I did our wedding too, because I just love it. It brings me so much joy. So one of the biggest things right now that the world needs is more joy. So I want you guys to think about this over the weekend. It's Easter weekend. It's for anybody that, it was just Passover and then now it's Easter. Like, it's just such a powerful week to be connected back to spirit and your heart and joy. And I want to challenge you guys this weekend to be intentional to create a system of joy. Be clear in the little things in your life, in your home, in your self-care, in your marriage, in your work. What are the little things that they just make you happy? They make you joyful. So that's part of it. And the second part of it is how you're going to bring joy to other people. It might be your neighbors or it might be your family, but how are you going to spark joy this weekend? So that's the challenge. And so half of it is knowing what brings you joy and doing more of it. Me and my Oreos are going to have fun tonight, and I am very excited for my Oreos. And I know the things this weekend. You know what? I am going to tablescape the heck out. I'll send y'all a picture on my Facebook, but I'm going to tablescape our table and make it as cute and pretty as I can make it for Easter with the limited stuff that I have for this weekend. But be intentional about your joy right now. Find the beauty even when it's not pretty. When I was going through the videos today, my daughter walked in right when I was getting to, I was looking at the videos right around when she was born. I was pregnant and my mother was sick. And that time was very, very hard because my mom was dying with pancreatic cancer and sick and living with us so I can take care of her. And I was 8 months pregnant. And so it was just this, irony of life and death living together. And I'm telling you, I knew, this poem has been in my life for many, many years. And I said that line to her. I said, cancer is not pretty, but can we find the beauty in this time, in these magical moments that we would have together? I'd rub her feet at night, and she would rub my belly. I was huge when I was pregnant, and she would rub my belly. And we just had these like sweet little moments that were so special, that sparked joy, and we could see the beauty in a really hard time in our life. And that takes intention and awareness. But I promise you, there's so much beauty going on right now, and joy and collaboration and community. So be willing to see it. And I challenge you guys. I want to know what brings you joy in these comments. So even if you are watching this on the replay, I want to know what brings you joy. It's important to me to hear from you guys. So on these, I can't have face-to-face with you guys. So I really love reading the comments. So please put in there what brings you joy or a way that you're going to spark joy this weekend. So I'd love to hear that. So let me just read some of these. Oh, Jody, you're cleaning, organizing. Girlfriend, I'm with you. Organizing, I could make a living organizing. I love organizing. I love labels and cute bins and categorizing things. I don't know what that's about, but I love it. I love it. Totally brings me joy. So that is tonight's message. It's such a joy to be with you guys every night. I am so, I'm just so, what's the word? Blessed. I'm blessed that you show up and watch it on the replay. Please share share this video with someone that needs some joy, that needs to be reminded that they matter and that their gifts matter, and that although what is going on, you can see the beauty when it's not pretty. So please be willing to share this with someone or tag someone in this, and share the message of joy and spark joy, spark joy, spark joy, spark joy in your own way. So have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Happy Easter, happy Passover. And please do some self-care and some love on yourself this weekend. I will see you next week. I think what I'm going to do next week is have a different guest, Monday through Friday. So I'm going to be in creative mode to see what I can create there. So that's going to be my homework for the week or weekend, is see who I'm going to have for guest spots next week. So you guys you're not just stuck with me. So I'm getting creative. All right, you guys. Be well, you matter. Your mental toughness, your leadership, your greatness games matter right now. If you are living alone and you are not quarantined with someone, I want to give you a big hug and just remember that you matter and your greatness matters, your gifts matter. I will see you guys Monday, 7 o'clock. Have a great weekend.